In this video, I'm going to show you how to self-host N8N on your own Hetzner server. And for that, we're going to be using Dokploy as a server management platform that lets you install N8N and other open source tools that you're going to use or might use for automations in a very simple manner, such as Supabase and many more. So with that said, let's get started. So we're going to start by going to our Hetzner dashboard. Now, if you do not already have a Hetzner account, you can sign up with the link in the description below and get $20 of free credits to use. All right, so let's go and create a server. Click here. Now here you're going to choose the location for our server. So depending on if you're going to host applications that are for users or applications they're going to use yourself, you want to choose a location that's either close to your users or close to yourself. So in this case, I'm going to choose Europe, and Ubuntu here is fine. And the type of CPUs here, we're not going to use dedicated CPUs because we're not going to use that much CPU power. So a shared CPU works well. Let's take this Intel AMD architecture, and let's choose this one here, 4 gigabytes for 40 gigabytes of RAM. This works well. Let's go down here and go to SSH key. In order to securely log into our server, we're going to need to create an SSH key. So we can do that by opening up our terminal and do SSH keygen T for the algorithm. We're going to choose ED25519, which is a popular and good algorithm. And then the file name, we're going to save it in home.ssh, and let's call it Dokploy. Dokploy key. No passphrase, so just press enter, enter again. That's it. All right. Now let's take the public key that we're going to add here. We do cat ssh dokploy .pub. So it's the same key name, but add pub added at the end. This will give us our public key. All right, so that's my public key. Take it from here, copy, press add SSH key. I'm going to add it here. And yeah, just leave it as so. Set this as the default key as well. We can set this as default key for the whole server. So I'm going to do that. Why not? Add SSH key. All right. Now let's go down. I already have a firewall set up. You can set up your own firewall, or I don't have it set up, but you can choose it here. I have a firewall already for other servers that I can reuse here, or you can set up your own firewall. All right. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now let's go down here. And here you can set the name for the server. So I'm just going to call it Dokploy, so I can identify it between my other servers. And yeah, that's it. Now we can just going to create it. Create and buy. All right, now that the server is created, we're going to log in via SSH to our server. So open up a terminal and do SSH root. And then we'll take this IP address here. Just press enter. Okay, it said failed. I should have written yes. Okay, let's do that again. Now do yes, confirm here. Great, and now you can see that we're logged in as root. Now working with root is kind of risky, so we're going to create a normal user to work with. So the first step is to add user and give it a username. I'm just going to do user. Now give him a password, like so. Just enter. You can fill in this if you want to. I'm just gonna leave it empty. Is the information correct? Yes. All right, so now create a user. Next step is to give the user sudo privileges, which is root privileges. So we're gonna do user mod ag sudo and then the username. So I call them user, so I'm just going to write user, and that's it. All right, now that we created our user, the next step is to log in with the user. In order to do that, we're going to need to set up an SSH key for the user, and an easy way to do that is just copy the SSH key from the root user. And we can do that with this command. Take this command here, and if you named your user something else than user, then change user to the username you're using. So I'm going to press enter. Now I've copied the SSH key. Now I'm going to exit the session. I logged out, and now I'm going to SSH with the new user, which I named user at 159, the IP address 82115. And now we logged in with the new user. All right, so now it's time to actually install Dokploy. So let's go over to the website and here installation. And here we got this command that we can run. Open up the terminal again and run this command. Okay, it says the script must run as root. So let's try to sudo. And it still didn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna try to log in with the root user directly instead. So I'm gonna SSH root. All right, clear the screen, and now we're gonna try the command again. Oh, great, so now we got Dokploy installed and it's time to try it out. So let's follow this link here. Open up this one, and you can see now that it is run over HTTP. We do not have SSL installed yet. So for that reason, I'm just gonna add a temporary password that we're gonna change later after we have set up SSL and security. All right, so let's give it a email address. I'm just gonna make something up, user email.com, and password, just a temporary password that we're gonna change later, and register. No, never save. All right, so now we're inside our dashboard. So the first thing we want to do is add a domain so we can connect with a domain instead of the IP address. So in order to point a domain to our server, I'm going to go to my domain registrar. In my case, it's Namecheap. Now, if you have another domain registrar, just go to look for the DNS settings, and it's going to be similar. So I'm go to advanced DNS here, and now I'm going to add an A record, add a new record, A record. For the host, I'll just do an @ might also leave it empty. And now the IP address, we're going to take that IP address of our server. You can find this here or in Hetzner. So I'm just going to take it from here, go back here, paste it in, and save. All right, now let's go back to Dokploy. And in Dokploy now, we go to settings, and we add our domain, the same domain. In my case, it's digispruce.com. And let's encrypt email. I don't have let's encrypt email. I don't think I need one. And certificate, let's encrypt default. Let's do this default, let's encrypt. Save, and email is required. Okay, let's try the same email. User, was it email.com? In my case, save. All right, domain assigned. Now let's try it out. Okay, it does not work yet. Okay, so let's try add some new records here. Let's add one with only the IP address. All right, let's start like so. Wildcard, and let's add a WWE as well. All right, now let's ping this address and see that it actually is connected to our domain. Ping digispruce.com. Yes, should be. It's the same IP there. Yes, it is. All right. Let's go back to Dokploy now. Settings, look at settings, looks good. All right, let's try it again. And now it works. All right. So I don't know exactly what it was. Maybe we need to add this wildcard part or the WWE 3W part, but anyway, it works now. So try adding the wildcard otherwise if it doesn't work and see. All right, so now we're here again, and you see that we have HTTPS working, so the connection is secure. Now we can log in and securely change our password. Okay, now let's log in. I'll do user email.com, which was the email I registered with, and add my temporary password. Log in. Now we're logged in. We can go to settings here, and we should be able to change our password. Let's see here, profile, password. So now you can just enter your new password here, whatever it might be. Save, log out. Try your new password. And that's it. Now you change your password. And now you have HTTPS and everything working. Now it's time to install N8N. So let's click on create project over here. And here we're going to give it a name. I'm going to just call it N8N. Click on create. So now we have a project created. Next step now is to create a service. And here we're going to choose the template because there's an N8N template in the store here. You see there's a lot of other things as well. Supabase, cal.com, etc. A lot of open source tools you can install here. So I'm going to search for N8N. Click on create here. And we're not going to select the server. We're just going to click on confirm. Okay, so now it's created. Let's click on over here. And now we're going to do some changes to the Docker Compose file. The first one is here. You see there's the version number here. So we're going to find the most recent production ready version. So let's go over here and search for N8N versions. Click here. And now here it tells you the current latest production ready version. Here next to latest, we're going to copy this. Go back here and change this, paste it in here. And then let's go down here and have a look. Everything looks good. Okay, click on save. Now let's go over to this environment tab, make it visible. And here we're gonna change the host to the address we're gonna use. I haven't set it up yet, but I'm gonna use a subdomain of my current domain, digispruce.com. So I'm gonna call it my n8n.digispruce.com. Now, if you set up a wildcard domain, as I showed you before, in your domain registrar, you should be able to choose any subdomain you want. Otherwise, you have to go back to domain registrar and set up a subdomain to point to this IP address. Okay, and the rest we're going to leave as is. Now, this is not necessary, but you can change the generic time zone as well to your own time zone, of course. Otherwise, anything will still work. I'll click on save. And the host is okay, the port, everything is okay here. Now it's time to deploy it. So we're going to click on deploy. Or wait, actually, we're going to go over to domains first. And here we're going to set up the domain. So click on here to edit it. And we're going to click on refresh here. And now we can choose our N8N service. And the host, we're going to set the host to the same host we set in environment variables. So it is my N8N, I think, .digispruce.com. And the container port is going to be 5678. And then enable HTTPS. And for the certificate here, you're going to leave it as none. It's going to handle that automatically and give you a let's encrypt certificate. Then we click on update here. Everything looks good here. Now let's go back. I'm just going to confirm that I set the same subdomain. Okay, great. And now we can deploy it. So click on deploy, confirm. Now we're going to wait for it to deploy. Okay, so now it is deployed. Now let's go and try it out. I'm going to open a new tab here. Type my n8n.digispruce.com. All right, it's working. Now let's create an account. Dev.digispruce.com. No, gmail.com. And your name, last name, and password. something like that. Click on next. Okay, didn't accept the password. Click on next. And you can just skip this. Get free paid features, and here you can get a license key that you can install and get some more features like workflow history, advanced debugging, etc. So you can click on send me a free license key. I'm just going to skip this now. And that's it. Now you can start creating workflows here. So we're inside N8N. Click on create here to create your first workflow. And as you can see now, it got HTTPS here. So you got a secure connection, and yeah, everything's working. So that's basically it for this video. If you find it valuable, please leave a like and subscribe for more N8N and automation content. Until next time, take care.